It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Thursday, the 29th of August. I'm Michael Groff. Conditions drying out, temperatures, staying above average through the forecast period. It's going to be a relatively hot and dry Labor Day weekend. Isolated showers and storms over the higher terrain of northern and eastern Arizona. Now, there is a chance we could see a surge of moisture in here on Saturday for better chances of storms and even an outside shot at a storm here in the lower deserts. But overall, kind of looks like the monsoon will be winding down. We're really going to dry out. Next week looks fairly dry, and temperatures again hovering around 110 on many days. So almost certainly we are going to break that all-time record for the greatest number of days with high temperatures at or above 110 degrees. We're just 2 away from tying that, and I think pretty good chance we're going to do that. All right, let's get into it here. The almanac from yesterday, 105 degrees the afternoon high. Much of the day was cloudy and not too bad, even some sprinkles around. 89 was the low. That actually occurred at 11:59 p.m. 105 and 83 are the averages for this time of year. Hey, check out that record low of 64 degrees set back in 2008. And that was thanks to a severe storm that came right over central Phoenix, came out of Tempe right through central Phoenix, dropped a ton of hail on the area, and that did briefly plunge the temperature at Sky Harbor to 64 degrees. Over at Studio A, where I was, over in Arcadia, we had hail that covered the ground completely from that storm. That was a wild night, 90-mile-an-hour winds, crazy storm back in 2008. That's about the only way that you will ever see a temperature drop in the 60s here in August in Phoenix, and that's the only time I have ever seen it in all my years, over 40 years living here. All right, as we take a look outside right now, don't hit that wire, out here at 10:25 a.m., we've got, if I even tap this right here, it just causes a lot of noise. All right. We've got partly cloudy sky, 97 degrees at Sky Harbor, dew point 54, humidity 24%, winds light, barometer steady. I think it's about time to start buying some new XLR cables in here. All right, or at least new tin cans and pieces of string. That's about all we can afford right now. All right, we've got troughing moving into the northern plain states. An upper low centered over southeastern Saskatchewan. Showers, thunderstorms out ahead of that. Some severe weather possible over the upper Midwest today. Now here in Arizona, the flow aloft is more out of the northwest once again. And so as a result, drier conditions will be with us. Isolated storms over east central and southeast Arizona, maybe. But for the most part, sure looks like things will be quiet for today. But some increase in moisture may occur at least tomorrow and Saturday before we dry out once more and probably stay dry for a while. Watch warning maps, some heat advisories, parts of Alabama, Mississippi. Now, even if you're away from those heat advisories, it's still going to be hot down there. Air temperatures will be well up in the 90s. But with the humidity, obviously, heat index values could push above 105 degrees, especially in those advisory areas. For us, things are very quiet. Convective outlook for today, the risk of severe storms for parts of the Atlantic coast and the upper Midwest. That standard slight risk for severe storms. Once again, Minneapolis, St. Paul under the gun for some severe storms today, and some of the adjacent states. Arizona, we're in the green, at least over east central, southeast Arizona, kind of brushing up against Phoenix, but I just don't think we're going to see anything in here. Just the higher terrain east of us might be the only opportunity for storms. Precipitation outlook valid through Thursday morning of next week. Rain amounts in Phoenix, probably nothing. Statewide, generally rainfall will be confined to the central to the eastern rim, the eastern mountains, the southeastern portion of the state, and even at that, rain amounts will generally be 1/4 of an inch or less. Obviously, any one spot can see more than that, but it sure looks like, monsoon activity will be limited and maybe gone altogether by the time we get into next week. And we'll talk about what's going on with that right now as we get to the models. Here we go, the GFS, the 12Z run, valid at 5 o'clock this afternoon. Got a ridge over eastern Canada, the eastern half of the country. We've got a trough, that upper low moving through the northern plains and across southern Canada. We've got a ridge to the north and west of us and a drier westerly, northwesterly flow. What it means for us down at the surface for the rest of the day today, a few clouds around, but otherwise mostly sunny. And high temperatures should top out somewhere between about 105 to 109 degrees. For tonight, got clear sky, overnight lows mid 70s in the cool spots, low to mid 80s in the urban core, and then tomorrow it's more of the same, basically. Isolated afternoon and evening showers and storms over the higher terrain of eastern and southeast Arizona, but we're just sunny, hot, highs right around 110. All right, now as we go to the weekend, here's Saturday, and the GFS still is showing some increase in moisture across the area. I do believe more of a south-southeasterly flow develops, and we should see at least a small increase in the number of showers and storms across the rim, the eastern mountains, the southeastern part of the state, and maybe an isolated storm in the lower deserts. And because of this, and because the GFS has so consistently advertised this, went ahead and put in a 10% chance of rain in the forecast for Saturday here. But I think even if we do manage to get a storm here in the lower deserts, that rain would be isolated in nature. I don't think very many of you would see much. More than likely, if we see anything at all, it would be gusty winds and blowing dust. And that's just been kind of the theme of this monsoon season thus far, this monsoon. And that's how it looks. Now, high temperatures will still be pretty toasty on Saturday. I'd say somewhere between about 105 to 110. And, that's going to be the story for the rest of the Labor Day weekend. I think we're going to see a downtrend in storms on Sunday, just over the higher terrain of eastern Arizona, the southeastern part of the state. And by Monday, Labor Day, we might not see any storms at all. There might be a stray storm over the White Mountains or the southeastern part of the state, but it sure looks like Labor Day is going to be very dry. And again, high temperatures here in the lower deserts close to 110. And if we're not at 110, just barely under that threshold. So above average, not far from record territory. And really, as we go to much of next week is just going to be the same old story. All the monsoon moisture, any moisture, way off to the east of us across far eastern New Mexico and West Texas and Oklahoma. Troughing, passing well to the north. Generally speaking, high pressure is going to be in control, but it's going to sit to the west of us, and the flow aloft will be more northwesterly, which is the exact opposite direction of what you want for a monsoon setup. So, next week looks dry. Wednesday, too. Isolated storms, maybe across parts of northern Mexico. But here in Arizona, most of New Mexico, just quiet as a mouse. I don't think we're going to see any storms. At least that's how it looks right now. And high temperatures, again, not falling back much. In fact, the latest guidance is coming in with highs, again, up around 107 to 111 by Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. So if we just take this forecast, let's just take it at face value, we're going to break that all-time record for most 110-degree days probably by early to middle next week. We may tack on to it, too. This is a week from today, Thursday, the 5th of September. That's a big old ridge here across the western states, nosing well on up into western Canada. And upper heights around here anywhere from 590 to 594 decameters. And that just means hot, and that means high temperatures probably close to 110. And with low soil moisture, it's not going to take much to really keep us hot. I mean, even if the heights came down a little bit, I think we'd still see temperatures above average. And moisture nowhere to be found. And same story as we go out 10 days. Saturday the 7th. We're still dry. I mean, there's nothing that's going to change this forecast. It sure looks like. Even if we were to get troughing into the Pacific Northwest, which a few models indicate, that's still not going to change the situation around here. We don't see any signs of that subtropical ridge building back up. And, now we're out here at the 7th of September. Okay, now we're getting into early September. And this is the part where we got to wonder, is that it? Are we going to see any more monsoon activity? Of course we can in September. We can see it well into late September. But the pattern right now does not favor that. All right, check it out. Rainfall for Phoenix. And this goes out through the 12th of September. This is off the GFS Ensemble. And, the GFS Ensemble's been the one, the more bullish solution this season. And rain amounts here about 1/10 of an inch. European Ensemble, about 200ths of an inch. I mean, basically nothing for the next 2 weeks. So, I think this is it. What another bust of a season. Not the driest on record, but very, very close. We're, bottom 3, I think. And that would be, by the way, 3 of the last 5 monsoon seasons have been absolutely just bone dry here in Phoenix. All right, looking at rainfall for Phoenix, or looking at temperatures off the, rainfall. Yeah, let's look at that again. Yeah, nothing. Temperatures off the national blend of models above average. And again, probably going to set that record for the greatest number of 110-degree days in a year. So that's going to happen. Also, the other another record, of course, we're tacking on to our consecutive days with high temperatures at or above 100. That's going to go on uninterrupted for the next 10 days. Another record that we will look at is the number of days with a low temperature 80 degrees or above. And we're closing in on that record. We're only, I believe, 8 days away from tying that. So I think now that's not a consecutive record, so it doesn't matter if we have a day or two where the lows should drop below 80, but which I don't think is going to happen. So we're gonna set another record. We've got all kinds of heat records falling by the wayside. The only one that I think is going to be a little bit of a challenge this year is the days with high temperatures at or above 100. We've got a long way to go for that one. We've got about 44 days to go on that one. But that's doable still. I mean, it's only the 29th of August. If we continued all the way through September, highs above 100 into early October, hey, it's another doable record. So those of you that are masochistic and you want to see those records get broken, you got a shot at that one. Pretty much all of the heat records, with the exception of the highs 115 or above, that record is safe. We're not breaking that this year. We've only had 10 of those days. We had 22 last year. I don't think we're going to be above 115 the rest of this year. I think, knock on wood. Oh my goodness. Probably just jinxed that one. But the rest of them, I think, just about all the rest are up for grabs. Right, that's it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. Right now, somebody somewhere is watching this on a TV, or they're listening to this on their phone or whatever, and they're throwing stuff. They're mad, and I would be too. And it makes me mad. I don't like this either. But unfortunately, that's we play the hand we're dealt, right? That's it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video is back here tomorrow morning. Should you happen to enjoy these videos, even if you don't enjoy the message to the videos, be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell, leave those comments, questions, and suggestions. I don't make the weather. I just talk about it, all right? Your comments, questions, suggestions, they are always appreciated. Thank you guys for all of that. If you really do enjoy these videos, you want to support us monetarily, click that thanks icon below the video, or donate directly to us via PayPal, groffshow@gmail.com. That's the email address. It's groffshow@gmail.com for PayPal. The executive producer of the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion is my one and only, the sweetest of all time, the Asian sensation and proprietor of sweetchildaz.com.org and the Facebook page of the same name, Sweet Child Arizona. Talking about my Michelle. Check her out. Check out her videos. Check out everything Michelle related, linked up down in the description. Michelle doesn't control the weather either. If she did, yeah, we'd have been done with this crap a long time ago. Tell you that. She likes sunny weather, but not like this. Not to this extent. All right, the streaming station. Yeah, check that out too. That's our streaming station, linked up in the description, available 24/7, 365. And I want you to give that a listen as well. It's called KMGX. We play a ton of music. We have a lot of fun over there. All right, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. All of your continued support, so greatly appreciated. Please be safe, stay cool, stay hydrated out there, and have yourselves a tremendous rest of your Thursday.